What's good, YouTube? I'm bringing you guys a October recap. Pretty much just talking about my trading month. So some things I'm going to be covering are some good trades that I've taken, some bad trades, just key takeaways, and then my statistics, meaning my profit factor, my batting average, and then my average risk to return on the month. Please excuse my voice. I'm actually feeling a little bit under the weather, so I might sound a little nasally. But yeah, let's get to the video. First, we're going to touch on bad trades, trades that I could have avoided, that I wasn't proud of my execution, which I actually didn't have too many this month, which I am proud of, even though I did take some bad trades. So the first one is Caper, or CAPR, whichever one we want to call it. Doesn't really matter. Anyways, I took it on this day here because it took previous high of day. Now, in terms of a technical setup, it's everything that I want to look for. It's flagging, makes a big move, starts going sideways on the 10, declining volume, beautiful volume pattern. The issue with the execution on this trade was I literally only took it because it took previous high of day. There was no volume to really justify it. I think there was one 5-minute volume candle that was, I guess, above the exponential moving average 22, which doesn't fit my criteria. I guess part of me took it because I was FOMO, like, fear of missing out at the potential that it could just start ripping. But yeah, wasn't happy with this trade. I actually ended up cutting it before it even took low of day for a loss of, let's see real quick. I'm going to check my TradeZilla. For a loss of 0.81R. So I didn't take the full 1R loss. Yeah, so on to the next trade that I'm not really proud of this month is SATS. I took it on this day here. Same thing as Caper or CAPR. Previous high day break, weak ass volume, and I still took it. Still fell for the bait. I think of it as me falling for the bait because that's what happens every time. I've literally learned from this, and I still do it sometimes. I only did it about twice this month, which I'm happy with. But the reason why I'm mad about it is because I know what it leads to. It leads to me losing money and just poor execution. And even if it does, let's say, end up running that day, I've also noticed that it's gonna eventually fall. The trade is eventually gonna fail. Like for example, this day here, I was gonna take it this day. Volume was weak though, and it took previous high day break on this name right here, EOSE. Was gonna take it here, but I was like, no, the volume is weak. It's weak. So like, I know this is gonna. If it doesn't fade today, it's gonna fade eventually. And as you can see, it ended up fading. Of course, it recovered and bounced, but still, it would have stopped me out actually, or stopped me out at break even. So yeah, I already learned my lesson. So I don't even know why I did it. So that's why I'm not proud of it. I only ended up taking a, I think, 0.50 R loss on this. So I cut it before it even took previous low a day, which is actually something I don't really like to do because I don't like to get cute with trades. That's what I tell myself. Don't get cute with trades. Keep it simple. There's only two ways that I should be getting out of a trade. It's is if my stop loss gets hit or my sell rules trigger. So, yeah, on all fronts, not proud of it. Next, talking about some trades that I am proud of. So, let's start with AAOI. My fills are always on the green line, so I filled here. I liked what I saw. Made a big move. Pulls back. Starts making these high lows on the 10. Even get some support on the 200 and the 20. And yeah, so I took it on this day here. Sold some, I think around here. And I sold the rest on this day here. Uh, Lovely trade. I think I averaged about, let me check real quick. TradeZilla again. Once again, sorry about that. I think it was an average of, let's see, 5.9 R. So you love to see that. Yeah, nothing else much to say about that. One of my better trades of the month. Another trade I took this month, which I actually just cut the other day, is Jivo. Filled on the green line, liked everything I saw, higher lows. I know some people took it on this day here. I wasn't really convinced that it was ready yet because it still wasn't going sideways enough. Beautiful volume pattern. Some may say in hindsight that this is the better day to enter. I took it on this day here. You know, it is what it is. I ended up cutting some, I think, on one of these days here, or half on one of these days here, and then the other half on this day here. So I was fully out for an average realized R multiple of 8.14, which you love to see that too. So pretty good trade here. I was happy that with both of these trades, with all my good trades this month, is that I didn't let my emotions tell me when to sell. Like on days like this, you know, I wasn't like, oh my God, I need to sell my whole entire position, which I've done in the past where I'm like just selling at random points, and next thing you know, I sell at some random point because my emotions are just in a flurry. The stock goes up another 20% the next 2 days, 3 days, next week, whatever the case may be. So yeah, something I'm really proud about. I followed my system to the T in terms of my sell rules on all these positions. You know, a lot of people were, you know, taking profits here, and sure, maybe I don't sell the top, but that's not the point. You know, I'd rather sell based off a system rather than emotion. Another trade I'm happy about is PCT, which I'm actually still currently in. I just sold half today, but I'm still holding the other half of the position. So I entered on this day here. And as you can see, it was a slow holder for a while. Very, very slow. Beautiful volume pattern. Some may say this was the better day to enter. I entered on here just because of the very thin previous day candle. You know, it is what it is. Hindsight is 2020. This was a slow mover, and then this day right here, as far as I'm concerned, I'm pretty sure this got squeezed like a motherfucker. Um, and as you can see here, it's selling. It sold off a decent amount at a whole number at 15 after getting squeezed. I think there's a 31% short float. Excuse me. But yeah, still holding 50% of my position. Felt great about this. You know, like I said about the previous trade, I'm following my system to the T, which is all that matters because I know in the end I will win. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that trade. So some other trades that didn't necessarily net me the best RR, but were pretty good executions, and like I said, contributed to the fact of me following my system to the T. Nvidia, I'm fully out as of today. But yeah, I entered on this day here on NVDL, green line. Um, you know, on this day here, it hurt to hold this position definitely because I think Nvidia fell like, or NVDL fell 10% and Nvidia fell 5%. But like I said, trusted my sell rules. I only sold half on this day here, and then I carried the rest, and I sold the rest here. You hate to see it, you know, I gave back some gains, but like I said, my goal is not to ever sell the top. It's to follow my system because I know my system will net me a great return in the end. So yeah, that's another trade I took this month that I think I could pull that up real quick. Let's see. NVDL netted me a 2.38R, so pretty measly. It is what it is. You don't get a 10x every fucking time, but it's all good. What else? Let's see. Um, Tesla. Actually, no. Well, yeah, I took Tesla today, or on the EP. On this day, the earnings gap up candle ended up stopping me at a break even. So yeah, that's that. What else? Let's see. Sorry. Excuse me. Um, what else? Poet. When did I take this? Oh yeah, I took this month as well. Actually, no, I didn't. I lied. Sorry. um, yeah, no. I ended up. Oh, I also ended up taking QQQ on. I think it was. I think it was this day here. I ended up cutting this for like a measly 1R because it was a slow mover. I was anticipating a breakout, which I guess you shouldn't do, but it met the criteria of everything I needed to see for me to take a position. I ended up just cutting it to free up buying power to buy other names that were faster moving. What else? Oh, I took TECL. This ended up, you know, working out for me for a little bit, but just like Nvidia, Ended up inevitably failing, I think, completely this day right here, which it is what it is. Stopping out at a break even. You hate to see it, but everything can't be a 10x. So yeah, that pretty much concludes the month of October. Some key takeaways. Honestly, I loved my execution this month. I'm it after the past 2 months of being red and this month being green, even though it was 4.6%. You know, with a peak of about 13% on the month. Of course, it sucks, but that's just the name of the game, the cost of doing business. I'm not going to sit here and get emotional about it because there's nothing I can do about it now. It is what it is. I followed my system. That's all that matters, and I know my system nets me a great return. You just got to have some other things that just play in your favor. Anyways, so pretty much to conclude the video, I'm just going to say some of my statistics for the month. So my profit factor, which is subject to change because I'm also about to take profit on PCT soon, or maybe not, we'll see. But my profit factor for the month is 1.82. Anything above 1 is profitable. A trade win percentage of 36%, sorry. So a batting average of about 36% with I think 29 executions, and an average win loss risk to reward multiple of 3.14. So every 1 unit I risked, I made 3.14 back. Not the best, but not the worst. Profitable for the month. Green for the month. Could have been worse. Could have been red. Could have been break even. You know, yeah. Other than that, not much else to say. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.